Part 23. The Sweetness of the Seventies. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 223. 221. He was the matchmaker for Chi Ergu's marriage. If the matter of Chi Ergu going to college was revealed, he would not have the face to meet his brother. Zhao Dejiao hesitated. She had no intention of regretting the marriage, and she would not allow Chi Ergu to regret the marriage. That girl Xiaoxiu is a good girl. Are you willing to let her suffer at home? Secretary Chi continued, and you know what the relationship between me and Party Secretary Yang is. It's a lifelong friendship. It's okay, brother. You begged me to propose marriage in the first place. If there is a problem with this marriage, the relationship between our two families will be affected. After weighing the pros and cons, Zhao Dejiao gritted his teeth and said, okay, since the wedding date is not long, let's decide on their marriage before Ergu goes to college. Ergu is not at home. Ergu and I, the two old men and the old lady, are at home, and they feel lonely. Xiaoxiu is also a good girl, so we can't let Xiu be wronged. Yes, you are right to think so. That boy Ergu is a good boy. He grew up under my eyes. I also wish him well, Secretary Chi said. Since you agree, then I'll go to my parents-in-law's place tomorrow to get the details together and get it done for my child as soon as possible. Then thank you for your hard work. Auntie Zhao Dejiao also has a fiery temper. He is going to get married soon, so he will start preparing for the wedding when he gets home. When Chi Xiaoyan heard this, she said happily, it's great. Sister Xiaoxiu and brother Ergu are getting married. He Tian squinted at Chi Xiaoyan, teased Chi Xiaoyan and said, haha, I'm jealous. Do you want me to do it for you and brother Dajin? Chi Xiaoyan was stunned and immediately stretched out her hands to scratch He Tianation's itchy flesh. I told you to laugh at me. Chi Xiaoyan's strength was not small, and she was scratching the ground to hide. Spare me, He Tian begged for mercy. The two of them argued for a long time before they stopped. After a while, Chi Xiaoyan came to rest and said, Sister Tian, how is your Yingja brother? Brother Dajin and I can see each other at least once a few days. You two see each other once a year and can only write letters. Don't you miss me? He Tian turned sideways and looked at Chi Xiaoyan, and said seriously, yes, I miss you very much. But his work is very confidential, so I can't go to him or visit him, and he is also very busy with his work and has no time to see me. Hey, how pitiful, Chi Xiaoyan sighed. Fortunately, you are still young, so we can see you during the Chinese New Year. Yeah, that's how I comfort myself, He Tian smiled. It's better for you to be like this. Chi Xiaoyan hesitated and said, I'm so happy now that I can't bear to leave, and I don't want to take the art troupe exam. This is a relationship issue between Chi Xiaoyan and Niu Dajin, and it's not easy for He Tian to interrupt. After she helped Chi Xiaoyan get rid of the scumbag Li Mingkai, she would not interfere too much in Chi Xiaoyan's life. Because after all, it is Chi Xiaoyan's life, not hers. It is not good to interfere too much. You should discuss it with your family and brother Dajin, He Tian said, letting Chi Xiaoyan make her own decision. Spring plowing hadn't started yet, so Zhao Dejiao called Chi Xiaoyan and He Tian to go to the county town together to buy things for his son and daughter-in-law. The driver of the bullock cart is naturally Chi Ergu. When we arrived in the county town, we went directly to the supply and marketing cooperative and purchased according to the order. Even though He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan helped, it still took Zhao Dejiao more than an hour to buy and check the things. At first, the salesman thought that Zhao Dejiao and his party were country people and were not enthusiastic about their hospitality. But after seeing Zhao Dejiao buying so many things, I realized that this family is not simple. Although he is not as attentive as he is, his attitude is better. But just when Zhao Dejiao was picking out some pieces of fabric for Yang Xiaoxiu, he met another group of people picking out fabrics. He Tian pretended not to notice and accidentally stepped on the woman's foot, and quickly apologized. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Don't you have eyes? There are no living people here, but you haven't seen them, the woman said angrily, and did not listen to He Tian's explanation. My shoes were soiled by you, and you don't need to wipe them. You just give me a pair of shoes. He Tian turned around and saw the person coming. She was about to continue apologizing, but she was suddenly stunned. Oh my God, why is it her? What about you, why are you so stunned? The woman said arrogantly, I'll pay for my shoes. Zhao Dejiao frowned and walked over. He felt that this arrogant girl looked familiar, but he didn't think of it for a while. But now this girl was speaking arrogantly, and she didn't care whether she had met her before. She stepped forward and said, You girl, why do you talk like that? I stepped on your toes, and I have already apologized to you. Why don't you still comply? If you don't forgive me, I will shine your shoes. The landowners and wives in the past were just like you. Let me tell you, now that the people are the masters, you are not allowed to think like this. After all, he has been a director for many years, and his ideological consciousness is very high. With his mouth, he stands on the moral high ground of this era. It was a small matter at first, so I stepped on my foot but didn't break it. He Tian also sincerely apologized. But this girl is nice and unwilling to give up. Who do you think is the rich landlord? You are the rich landlord. Your whole family is the rich landlord. The girl refused to show weakness and wanted to quarrel with Zhao Dejiao. Oops, that's interesting. Zhao Dejiao rolled up her sleeves. She usually talks about things, but today she started scolding him. A man next to the woman took the woman's hand and said, Okay, don't be acquainted with these people. We still have things to do. Let's go. I won't leave. The woman continued to be arrogant, turning around and quarreling with Zhao Dejiao. The man obviously didn't want to see the quarrel continue, so he pulled her and coaxed her in a low voice before pulling the woman away. He Tian was stunned. It's exciting now. Seeing He Tian in a daze, Zhao Dejiao stepped forward and asked with a smile, Tian girl, you won't be frightened by such a person, right? He Tian smiled coquettishly and said, No. I'm not that timid. Then why are you stunned? Zhao Dejiao asked in confusion. She had already seen that He Tian was not an ordinary girl and could not be frightened by such a quarrel. Guo Qiqui, if you do too much injustice, you will die. If you are so arrogant, don't blame her for causing trouble in the middle. He Tian frowned and saw Qi Xiaoyan buying other things there, and whispered, I just heard the man call the woman Qiqui, and I also heard that they are from Qiajiakan. Is that woman Guo Qiqui? Guo Qiqui, Zhao Dejiao was stunned. If it is Guo Qiqui from Qiajia village, that woman is the target of the Rongjun army. Zhao Dejiao was recalling that woman's appearance. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Qi Xing Cao. Chapter 224. 222. Zhao Dejiao's expression changed from confusion to anger. I also made a guess. I heard Xiao Yan talking about her second brother's partner before. She is from Qiajiakan, and her name is Qiqui, so I deliberately stepped on her foot to let you see if it was the Guo Qiqui. He Tian said, Director Zhao, is that true? Zhao Dejiao and Secretary Qi are relatives and neighbors, and they have a very close relationship. Zhao Dejiao was definitely there to help Qi Rongjun with the person he was seeing. Zhao Dejiao angrily slapped his thigh and cursed, Guo Qiqui, this stinky and shameless shoe. See if I don't scratch her face. After Zhao Dejiao finished speaking, he ran outside. Xiao Yan, stop Director Zhao, He Tian shouted while chasing Director Zhao. Qi Xiao Yan didn't know what was going on. After hearing He Tianatian's words, she quickly came out, blocked Zhao Dejiao's way, and asked strangely, "Auntie, who are you chasing?" "Chasing that little whore Guo Quiqui," Zhao Dejiao scolded. Qi Rongjun was their pride, and the one he mentioned turned out to be a broken shoe. She was so angry that she wanted to catch up with Guo Quiqui and scratch Guo Quiqui several times. While he was talking, He Tiantian arrived and said, "Director Zhao, if you go up rashly like this, even if you beat that Guo Quiqui, what will happen? It will make a fuss. It will not look good on the face of the second brother Rongjun." Qi Xiaoyan didn't react when Zhao Dejiao said it. When she heard He Tianatian's words again, she stammered and asked, "Sister Tiantian, then, did Guo Quiqui really break the shoes?" "I don't know Guo Quiqui, but I remember you told me that your future second sister-in-law will be Guo Quiqui from Qiajiakan. I just heard them say that they are from Qiajiakan, and that the woman is Quiqui," He Tiantian explained said. Director Zhao didn't recognize it at first. Director Zhao only remembered it after I told him his name. "There is only one Guo Quiqui in Qiajia village, and she is the target of your second brother," Zhao Dejiao said angrily. "Our Rongjun is so good, why do we end up with such shabby shoes?" Qi Xiaoyan was trembling with anger. Her father had a good relationship with the village party secretary of Qiajia village. She didn't expect such a thing to happen. While she was angry, she was also sad for her second brother. The second brother finally relented and talked about his wife, but he didn't expect that he said something about his wife. "We're not married yet, we're just engaged. This Guo Quiqui is not a good person, so just break off the engagement," He Tiantian said. "Why are you so angry?" Qi Xiaoyan turned around and went out to argue with Guo Quiqui. By this time, Zhao Dejiao had calmed down, grabbed Qi Xiaoyan and said, "Xiaoyan, your father and mother will never agree to such a daughter-in-law. We won't buy anything today, let's catch up together." That wild man was also there, caught on the spot. Even if he broke off the engagement, it was Guo Quiqui's fault, not ours. Qi Xiaoyan was trembling with anger. Her parents were not here, and her aunt was the elder. Qi Ergu came from behind and listened for a while before he realized what had happened. He cursed, "I'm going to give that wild man a good beating today. Qi Rongjun is his idol. He has been playing around with Qi Rongjun since he was a child." When he heard that something like this happened to his respected brother, of course he couldn't say anything about it. "Aunt, I listen to you. Let's follow you now and take a look first before talking," Qi Xiaoyan said slightly calmly. It was He Tiantian before, and her aunt said it, but she didn't see it with her own eyes. Although she also knew that He Tiantian and Qi Xiaoyan could not lie to her, she still wanted to see it with her own eyes. "Okay, we just opened the ticket and haven't picked up anything yet. We'll pick it up later," Zhao Dejiao said, leading a group of people to chase Guo Quiqui and the man. Zhao Dejiao and others inquired all the way, and actually chased them to Daowen Hotel. Guo Quiqui and the man were at the innermost table. He Tiantian stopped Qi Xiaoyan and said, "Xiaoyaner, don't go in. You have met Guo Quiqui several times. She probably knows you. And she is a foreigner. She doesn't know me. Even if she met me today, she doesn't know who I am from Qijia village." Director Zhao and I will go in first to check on the situation. Qi Xiaoyan heard this. They were here to catch the traitor. If the other party didn't do anything inappropriate and they rushed forward, that Guo Quiqui and that wild man could still quibble and beat him up. "Okay, you go in, I'll wait outside," Qi Xiaoyan said angrily. She couldn't teach Guo Quiqui a lesson in person, and she couldn't let go of the disgust in her heart. As soon as Zhao Dejiao came in, he glanced around and sat down near Guo Quiqui. I found a good position and secretly looked at Guo Quiqui. As soon as Niu Lily saw He Tiantian, she quickly greeted him warmly. He Tiantian took advantage of ordering food and gave Niu Lily a wink. Niu Lily understood, gave the menu to another colleague, and pretended to go to the toilet. Tian Tian, what's going on? Niu Lily asked in a low voice. There are a lot of people outside, I can't stay too long. Tian Tian saw that there was no one else in the toilet and whispered, Sister Lily, do you have any impression of the man and woman sitting in the northeast corner? Yes, they come here often for dinner during this period. I don't know the woman, but I know the man. He is Qin Hai, an employee of the textile factory, Niu Lily said. The two of them seem to be in a relationship. Judging from her expression, Tian Tian knew that Niu Lily really didn't know Guo Quiqui. That woman is Guo Quiqui. The letter I asked Brother Dajan to send you last time said she was Qi Rongjun's partner, Tian Tian said. We just saw them at the Supply and Marketing Cooperative. Zhao the director recognized Guo Quiqui, and we are here to catch the traitor. Niu Lily was stunned, her big beautiful eyes widened, and she stammered and asked, then, that, is Guo Quiqui? Yeah, it's not Guo Quiqui, and we won't catch up, Tian Tian said. Xiao Yan is outside. She took a few sneak peeks just now, and that's Guo Quiqui. Upon hearing this, Niu Lily clenched her hands excitedly and said, oh my god, this is so good. Sister Lily, please keep your voice down, Tian Tian reminded, and quickly pulled Niu Lily a few times. Now that something like this has happened, Secretary Qi will never agree to this marriage. I will come over and tell you now, I know it well. Even if he didn't become a matchmaker, Tian Tian could still help Niu Lily by tipping her off in private. Niu Lily was very excited, holding Tianation's hand tightly and said, good sister, you are really my good sister. As he was talking, he heard a burst of noise from the restaurant in front of him. Niu Lily and Tianation's expressions changed, and they quickly ran out of the toilet and went to the hall. Why are you beating people? This was the voice called Qin Hai. Stop hitting, stop hitting. Qin Hai wanted to step forward and pull Zhao Dejiao away, but Qi Ergu, who was beside him, grabbed Qin Hai and said, I'll let you steal someone. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 225. 223. Qin Hai was stunned, couldn't it be such a coincidence? Zhao Dejiao is a sturdy middle-aged woman with great strength in her hands. How can Guo Quiqui be Zhao Dejiao's opponent? He went up and grabbed Guo Quiqui's hair and cursed, you shameless bastard, since you don't like my nephew, you just don't agree to the marriage. You actually said that our Qi family forced you to do it, and you didn't even look at it, see if you have this ability. Who are you? Hu Qin. Guo Quiqui protected her hair with one hand and pushed Zhao Dejiao with the other hand, showing no sign of weakness. Who am I? I am Qi Rongjun's aunt, Zhao Dejiao said angrily, and kicked Guo Quiqui again with great force. Qi Rongjun? Guo Quiqui was startled when she heard this name, but she couldn't admit it. I don't know Qi Rongjun, please let me go quickly. If you don't let me go, I will sue you. Guo Quiqui was furious, let go now. If she doesn't leave, she will suffer in the end. As long as the old woman lets go of her, she will run away quickly. Anyway, if she doesn't admit that she is Guo Quiqui, then nothing will happen. Oh, stop fighting. Qin Hai kept begging for mercy, I didn't mean it. When Zhao Dejiao over there was beating Guo Quiqui, the other side was not left behind. When he heard this, he cursed, Ergo, beat me hard, just don't kill or maim him. You didn't mean it, if you crawled into bed on purpose, then Guo Quiqui might have your baby in her belly. Why is my nephew, such a good person, considered a despicable person in your mouth? It hurts, let go, you old woman, you old shrew, Let me go quickly. Guo Quiqui cursed because the old woman in front of her was really too strong. At this time, Niu Lily and He Tian came over to help break up the fight. In fact, it was Guo Quiqui who was pulled, which made it easier for Zhao Dejiao to beat Guo Quiqui. The chef also came out of the kitchen, and the director of Daowen restaurant was also called out. The police station not far away heard the commotion here and two policemen came over quickly. Oh, what a coincidence, they all know each other, they are Lao Wu and Xiao Chen. Stop it all. If you don't stop, arrest them all, Lao Wu shouted loudly. This is a place to eat, not a place to fight. Only then did Zhao Dejiao and Qi Ergu let go of their hands. Old Wu, Xiao Chen, take these people away quickly and go to the police station to argue. I still have guests here, Director Wu said with a grimace. Although the beating was lively, fortunately nothing was broken. Send it away to avoid causing greater losses. Okay, take them all back to the police station. Old Wu smiled and gave the minister a wink. Xiao Chen held something similar to a baton and said, hurry up and go to the police station. If these people don't listen to him, Xiao Chen has the power to beat them with a stick. Qin Hai seemed to understand what was going on. He and Guo Quiqui were caught in a sticky situation. Fortunately, we were in the hall, so he didn't do anything excessive and could still make excuses. No need, it's a misunderstanding, Qin Hai said sarcastically, they recognized the wrong person. Zhao Dejiao sneered, it's too late to say that there was a misunderstanding. Falling in love without the purpose of getting married is just a hooligan. You know that Guo Quiqui is engaged, but you still flirt with this woman. You are just a hooligan. Comrade. Hey guys, I'm Zhao Dejiao, the women's director of Kijia village. I'll go to the police station with you. Zhao Dejiao now wants to make sure that Guo Quiqui is in two different situations, so that when he breaks off the engagement later, he can get back the engagement money and things. We can't let the man's side lose his life and wealth. After everyone heard what Zhao Dejiao said, they said seriously, everyone has to go. Guo Quiqui had met Qi Rongjun's parents and was not impressed by Zhao Dejiao. She said, it's not your son. Why are you so worried? That's my brother, Qi Xiaoyan said later. Guo Quiqui, I didn't expect you to be such a person. Old Wu is now a policeman. He went to Kijia village twice and got to know Qi Xiaoyan and Zhao Dejiao. Bring them all to the police station, Lao Wu said. If you don't go, we can only forcibly arrest you. Qin Hai originally wanted to force himself to escape, but when he heard this, he didn't dare anymore. If you run away, the crime will be increased. Furthermore, he has a job in the county and many people know him. He just wanted to play with Guo Quiqui because she looked good looking. Especially when he heard that she had a partner, he was even more happy. He could play with peace of mind and not be responsible for admitting it. But he never expected to be caught red-handed by the husband's family. Guo Quiqui was a little scared at first, but she is not scared anymore. Anyway, she doesn't like Qi Rongjun's black iron egg. He is tall and strong and looks very scary. But her parents said Qi Rongjun was good, she was the company commander, and she would be the company commander's wife in the future, and the gifts there were also large, so she agreed. But after the Chinese New Year, I went to work as a temporary worker in a textile factory in the county town. I met the person I liked, Qin Hai. He was fair and clean, wearing glasses, and elegant. He seemed capable at first glance. What about the big black guy Qi Rongjun? Comparable to Qin Hai? Just go. Anyway, she likes Qin Hai. If Qin Hai doesn't agree, she will accuse Qin Hai of rape. Although they didn't do the last step, they did everything else they could. When Qin Hai said this today, he didn't show any disgust at all. He really liked her. Since the two of them truly love each other, they must be together. The group was taken to the police station by Lao Wu and Xiao Chen. Old Wu took out a pen and paper, looked at Guo Qiqui, and said, "Name, age, address." Guo Qiqui lowered her head and said, "Guo Qiqui, 20 years old, Qiajiakan, now lives in the employee dormitory of the textile factory." "Are you engaged beforehand?" Lao Wu asked. "I don't agree, but my family agrees," Guo Qiqui said. "Now we support free love and do not allow arranged marriages. I will ask my father to go home and cancel my engagement." When Qi Xiaoyan heard this, she cursed, "If you want to withdraw, we will withdraw from your marriage. Also, if you don't agree, why did you bring the engagement gift from my second brother?" After speaking, he stepped forward and took off a plum blossom watch from Guo Qiqui's arm. "This watch cost my second brother more than 4 months' salary." That's mine, give it back to me." Guo Qiqui went up to snatch her watch back. Such a good thing, many people around her envied her for having a watch. This is a rare thing. Even girls in the city rarely have such a beautiful watch. Qi Xiaoyan said angrily, "Why should I give it to you? You are about to break off the engagement. With your character, I don't believe you will return the watch to us." The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Qi Xing Cao. Chapter 226. Chapter 226, A Sudden Divorce, 1420 plus. Qi Xiaoyan took the watch in her hand and said nothing to Guo Qiqui. "Comrade police, Qi Xiaoyan stole my watch, I want to report it." Guo Qiqui was anxious. Even if the engagement was broken off, the watch would not be returned. "My family probably has money to buy a watch, but no tickets." Lao Wu looked at Qi Xiaoyan and said, "Isn't it appropriate for you to do this?" Qi Xiaoyan glared and said, "Comrade police, you have also heard that she wants to break off the engagement with my second brother. Since the engagement is broken off, all the engagement items sent by our family must be returned to us. You know, my brother's allowance at work is not much, but this is my second brother's hard-earned money. I have already sent someone to notify my father and Guo Qiqui's father to cancel the engagement on the spot." Xiao Chen was stunned and said, "Then after the engagement is broken off, you can come back again, isn't it okay?" "Of course not. This couple of bitches have bad character. If Guo Qiqui takes such a valuable thing, they can't get it back," Qi Xiaoyan said, unwilling to hand over the watch at any cost. "Lao Wu has a headache. He has made a mess. The crime committed by these people is not a crime, but a moral problem." Seeing what Qi Xiaoyan said, Guo Qiqui cursed, "I haven't broken off the engagement yet. I'm still your second brother's partner, and that thing is still mine." "Humph, if you don't break off the engagement, we will also break off the engagement," Qi Xiaoyan said. "Just wait. I think the two families will arrive in the evening, so we will be waiting." "This is the police station, what do you think this is?" Xiao Chen said angrily, thinking it was a place for quarrels. He thought there was a case, but he didn't expect someone to come to mediate and cancel the engagement. He Tian stepped forward and said with a smile, "Two police comrades, Qi Rongjun is bleeding and sweating in the unit. Because of his work, he can't go home often. Now that something like this happens, it's time for us relatives to come forward. If people like Guo Qiqui are allowed to do whatever they want, wouldn't it mean that those who sweat and bleed in the army would have nothing to worry about?" Old Wu used to have the same job as Qi Rongjun. He nodded and said, "Well, what you said is that since you are here today, we should solve this matter satisfactorily. Now it depends on whether you will adjust voluntarily or follow the procedures." Qin Hai was stunned and said quickly, "Mediate, mediate. If the procedures are followed, the unit will be alarmed, and their jobs will not be saved. Why are you mediating? Guo Qiqui is acting arrogant. Her father is also the village chief, so why should she be afraid of Qi Xiaoyan?" "Shut up, Chin Hai said sharply and glared at Quickui. Guo Quickui was stunned again. Chin Hai had never been so harsh to her, but she liked Chin Hai and didn't dare to say anything. Speaking of Niu Lily, quickly find someone to notify the head of Kijia village. Chin Hai forced out a flattering smile and said, I have something else to do, can I leave first? No, Chi Xiao Yan sneered, you can seduce and destroy, but you can't take over. Chi Xiao Yan's words made Chin Hai so angry that he vomited blood. This. Chin Hai rubbed his hands dryly. He wanted to say that he would just dump Guo Quickui, but this was at the police station. If Guo Quickui accused him of being a gangster, that would be what he was most worried about. That is a crime. Don't argue, Xiao Chen said, looking towards Chi Xiao Yan, are you also mediating like this? Chi Xiao Yan looked at He Tian. When things got to this point, she wanted to punish the two of them severely. He Tian whispered, wait for your dad to come. However, Guo Quickui is hateful, but when it comes to Kijia village and Kuajiakan, Chi Xiao Yan cannot make the decision, so she should wait for her father to come over. Whether it is mediation or going through the procedures, let's wait until my dad comes to make a decision, Chi Xiao Yan said, I'm sorry for bothering you too, but this matter must be resolved. Old Wu said with a smile, yes, this kind of thing cannot be delayed. If it is an ordinary person, it is just an ordinary dispute. If it involves your second brother, then it cannot be handled like ordinary people. Now Qi Rongjun is highly respected. Although they are not married yet, they are engaged and must handle it properly. So, these people are waiting here. There are all cafeterias in the police station, but if Chi Xiao Yan, Guo Quickui and others want to eat, they have to pay for it themselves. Fortunately, they all have money and tickets, so they don't have to go hungry. Let's say that Niu Lily wrote a note and asked someone to ride a bicycle to deliver the letter quickly. In the afternoon, village chief Chi, who was busy with spring plowing at home, received the note and didn't care about anything. He asked someone to drive an ox cart to find the chief of Kuajia village. If it is true, then break off the engagement, if it is a misunderstanding, then shake hands and make peace. The village chief of Kuajia village saw Chief Chi passing by and said that the younger members of the two families were being held in the police station. He didn't have time to ask questions carefully, so he hurriedly followed Chief Chi into the ox cart, but he also brought 2 or 3 people with him. Brother Chi, what happened? Party Secretary Guo asked cautiously. I got Quickui a temporary worker position in a textile factory. If she does a good job, how can she end up in the police station? Secretary Chi looked at village chief Guo with difficulty and said, I'm not very sure. I just received a note. Please read it. Although Niu Lily's note was slanted and short, the main thing was still made clear. Guo's issue was stunned and stammered, Brother Chi, this is absolutely impossible. Quickui is very satisfied with Rongjun, how could she fall in love with someone else? That was his daughter, so naturally he couldn't slap himself in the face. Hey, village chief Chi sighed, whether it is or not, we will find out if we send someone out. Guo's issue felt bitter in his heart. Could this dead girl really do such a thing? Chi Rongjun is a capable man. He felt that his daughter was a rural girl and was not worthy of Chi Rongjun, so he went to great lengths to find her a temporary job in the county. This is also a worker, a girl in the city, worthy of Chi Rongjun. But, hey. We were silent all the way, and when we arrived at the county town, it was already dark. At the police station, Lao Wu and Xiao Chen were on duty and lived directly at the police station. They took turns watching Guo Quickui, Chi Xiao Yan, and others. Xiao Chen was on duty at this time. When he saw village chief Chi coming, he was overjoyed. He quickly got rid of this matter so that they could go back and rest. What was the matter with being at the police station all the time? Guo Quiqui felt confident when she saw her father coming. There are two things to do now. First, cancel Qi Rongjun's marriage. Second, take the opportunity to solidify the relationship with Qin Hai. Dad, Dad. Guo Quiqui ran over. Dad, I only met Qi Rongjun once. I can't even remember what he looks like now. I want to break off the engagement. Village Chief Guo prayed all the way, hoping that it was not what he guessed. But as soon as he entered the door, his daughter's words made him almost fall down. In front of everyone, Village Chief Guo slapped his daughter in the face and said, "Shut up. No one else can ask for such a good marriage, so this damn girl is better off pushing it out." The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 227. 225. Village Chief Guo looked at Village Chief Chi with a bitter smile, feeling helpless. This girl is ignorant, don't take it to heart. Village Chief Guo also hoped that Village Chief Chi would give him a face for his old face and let him take his daughter home and discipline her well. Dad, I really don't like Qi Rongjun, that black iron egg. I won't marry him. Guo Quiqui knew her father and valued Qi Rongjun very much. If she didn't make a big fuss today, her marriage would definitely not be cancelled. Village Chief Guo slapped Guo Quiqui with his backhand and cursed, "Shut up." Guo Quiqui didn't expect her father to hit her. She covered her face and cried, saying, "I don't like it, I just don't like it. If you let me marry Qi Rongjun, I will die." Village Chief Guo was so angry that he almost fainted. Could this daughter be any more stupid? You. Village Chief Guo stretched out his hand to hit Guo Quiqui again, and then Village Chief Chi spoke. "Brother Guo, now you understand the situation. Our two families have been friends for a long time. Since your daughter doesn't like my son, I, Chi Dazu, am not a shameless person. Let's cancel the marriage between Rongjun and Quiqui here today," Village Chief Chi said calmly. "Instead of marrying such a woman home, it is better to cancel the engagement now. My son is busy all day and has no time to take care of the family. Such a woman is not suitable for my son." It was also his fault that he didn't find out the girl's character before, but just believed in Village Chief Guo's character. Fortunately, he found out early and didn't make a big mistake. "Brother, give me a face, I will go back and teach my daughter well," Village Chief Guo begged. "Such a good marriage, it would be a loss to give up like this." Village Chief Chi said earnestly, "You are too eager to do this. Such a marriage will not be a good one in the future. Let's cancel the marriage today, since we are in the county town instead of in the countryside. This will be good for your daughter and will not affect the reputation of my son. I will ask the matchmaker to send the engagement items back, and you should pack them up and send them back. Our two families can continue to get along in the future. If the incident is a big deal, we will not be able to become in-laws, but will become enemies. At that time, our family will be embarrassed, but there will be no substantial harm, but your daughter will." When Village Chief Guo saw what Village Chief Chi said, he also knew the seriousness of the matter and could not continue to force it. "Alas, it's all my bad luck that I can't have a son-in-law as good as Rongjun." Village Chief Guo glared at Guo Quiqui, this useless man, and then looked at the pretty boy next to his daughter, and he was even more angry. At this time, Old Wu came in and asked, "Are you going to mediate privately or go through the formalities?" Village Chief Chi didn't want to embarrass Village Chief Guo, so he said, "Let's mediate privately." "That's good. You can mediate by yourselves, and we can save trouble. The two sides have reached a mediation, so there is no need to file a case." Old Wu said, "It's late. You can just stay here today and leave early tomorrow morning." Xiao Chen had already written a mediation letter, and both parties signed it. Village Chief Guo didn't want to pay attention to his daughter, and he didn't have the face to talk to Village Chief Chi. He pretended to be tired and slept on the side. The group stayed in the police station for a night, and at dawn, Both parties left the police station. Village Chief Guo apologized to Village Chief Chi again, with a humble attitude. Village Chief Chi didn't make things difficult for Guo Quickui for Village Chief Guo's sake. He said a few polite words and said goodbye to Village Chief Guo. Village Chief Chi took people to Niu Lily's place for dinner, and then returned to Kijia village after dinner. Xiao Yan, is your brother preparing to file a marriage report in the army? He Tian reminded him that now that the engagement has been cancelled, there is no need to file a marriage report. Chi Xiao Yan was stunned and did not answer He Tian. She hurried forward to tell her father. Village Chief Chi smiled bitterly and said, "Hey, your brother probably fell in love with Guo Quickuy's face and was ready to get married in the summer. Now that the marriage cannot be made, I don't know if your brother will be sad. Hey, if he is on a mission, will he be distracted? Canceling the engagement is a small matter. Village Chief Chi is worried that his son will be stimulated. Then should we send a telegram or write a letter?" Chi Xiao Yan said, "They are in the army, and all the letters are checked. If others know that my second brother's fiancé is like that, he won't be able to hold his head up in the army." "Yes," Uncle Chi Ergu said, "this matter must be told in person." Village Chief Chi thought for a while and said, "You are right, I will go back to pack my things, get a certificate, and I will go to tell Rong Jun." "Uncle, spring plowing is coming soon, so busy, how can you leave?" Zhao Dejiao said. "How about this, let Ergu go." "No, no," Village Chief Chi shook his head and said, "Ergu has to study, get engaged, and run around. It will be bad if he can't keep up in school. Ergu can't go, and there is Rongmin." "That's right, Rongmin is steady, he can go too," Zhao Dejiao said, agreeing with Village Chief Chi's statement. Ergu really doesn't have that much time. When they arrived at Daowen Hotel, Niu Lily was waiting inside anxiously. Last night, she sent a lot of food, but there was no result. At night, she couldn't get in again, and didn't know what was going on. As soon as she saw He Tian, Niu Lily's eyes were eager. He Tian nodded and smiled slightly. Niu Lily was overjoyed, this was a breakup. Before she heard that Chi Rongjun was engaged, although Niu Lily still remembered Chi Rongjun in her heart, she had given up. But Guo Quickui didn't cherish it, she actually fell in love with someone else, and she broke off the engagement with Chi Rongjun. In this case, she and Chi Rongjun still had a chance. "Uncle, Xiao Yan'er, sit down quickly." "What do you want to eat?" Niu Lily asked. It wasn't time to eat yet and there were few people inside. "Let's have a bowl of noodles per person," Village Chief Chi said, "add an egg, everyone is hungry." "Hey, uncle, just wait, we'll be here soon," Niu Lily said happily, and hurried to the kitchen to let people eat it. It was very generous. Village Chief Chi had other things to do, so he ate quickly and was eager to go home. "Bigfoot, you were busy all day yesterday and haven't bought anything yet. You can continue shopping today." "I won't accompany you," Village Chief Chi said, "this is the county town. After you finish shopping, go back quickly, don't wander around the county town." "Auntie, everything has been invoiced. Just go and pick it up today," Zhao Dejiao said. "Auntie, if you have something to do, go back first." Village Chief Chi left in a hurry with two young men from the village. Zhao Dejiao went to the supply and marketing cooperative to get something, checked it, and saw that everything was in order. He returned to Kijia village. After something like this happened, no one was in the mood to hang out. Village Chief Chi arrived at his home and told his family about the incident. From the moment Liang Hongyu learned about this incident, she never stopped cursing and was trembling with anger. Her second son was her pride, but now he was being trampled on like this, and she was clamoring to argue. "Okay, stop making trouble. If the fuss is made, even if it is not our fault, our family will be disgraced. Please quickly pack up the Guo family's things and give them to the matchmaker. Let the matchmaker deliver them and explain the situation." Tell me to call off the marriage, village chief Chi said calmly, no matter how big the fuss, it's just making people laugh. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 228. 226. Liang Hongyu also knew the severity, but she just couldn't swallow this breath, and it made her heart hurt. In the end, I still didn't want to make my son's face look ugly, so I swallowed my anger, packed up my things, and sent them to the matchmaker. The matchmaker was very curious at first, but after hearing Liang Hongyu's words, she didn't dare to dissuade her. She quickly took her things and went to Kuajiakan to get back the things belonging to the husband's family. If it were other things, there might be room for change, but if something like this happened, no one could bear it, let alone village chief Chi's family, and Chi Rongjun worked in the city and got married in the future, so most of them time is also not at home. If you marry such a woman and enter the house, your head will be green sooner or later. Chi Rongmin got his father's explanation, took the certificate, went to Niu Daejeon to buy a ticket to Chi Rongjun's unit, and told Chi Rongjun face to face about the matter. We just met once, it's too early to talk about feelings, it just won't save your face. If you do this, only your family will know about it, and your colleagues in Chi Rongjun's army will not know about it, so it won't be a loss of face. The matchmaker brought the groom's belongings from Kuajia village and sent them all to village chief Chi's home. Feeling embarrassed, it is hard for the matchmaker to stay. Spring plowing is about to begin, and village chief Chi doesn't have time to think about these messy things. Because of the generosity of village chief Chi, there was no fuss about this matter, and village chief Guo was not held accountable. The matter was discussed for a few days and passed. Village chief Guo felt regretful that he did not get married this time. At the same time, he was grateful to village chief Chi for his uprightness and righteousness. He remembered this favor. In this matter, Niu Lily was the happiest. She got Chi Rongjun's address from her cousin and took the initiative to write a letter to Chi Rongjun after the matter was over. After all, Chi Rongjun goes home once a year now and cannot meet in person. He can only get to know him in this way and then slowly get to know each other. Only He Tiantian and Chi Daejeon knew about this matter, and no one else knew about it. When He Tiantian woke up early in the morning, she found that her mouth was dry. When she pinched her nose, there was blood in her nose and her throat was a little dry. Grandma Chi-san poured a cup of chrysanthemum tea and said, "Drink the chrysanthemum tea. The weather is dry, which is unusual." He Tiantian took a sip of water and felt better. She asked in confusion, "Grandma, what do you mean? Her mouth is dry now. Could it be related to the weather? Isn't it because you have a cold? It hasn't rained since the Chinese New Year, the ground is very dry, and people have become impetuous." Grandma Chi-san said, "I also got angry today, so I made chrysanthemum tea when I got up early in the morning. It's not bad, it doesn't look like a drought. There is still water in the pool in our village," He Tiantian said, not in a hurry, washing up and brushing his teeth slowly. Grandma Chi-san sighed, "Then you didn't go to the fields to look. Our food can't be eaten dry every day. From today on, we will have porridge in the morning and evening, and some dry food at noon. It's not that I won't give it to you, sweet girl, you don't know how pitiful we were during the disaster. We ate all the bark and everything we could eat, but many people still starved to death. Now we still have food, so if we eat less, we won't starve to death. An old house were a treasure. Especially in times like this, old people use their own experiences to deal with the upcoming difficulties." "Okay," He Tiantian said, "Grandma, it's up to you to make arrangements at home, but you can't starve yourself. Your health is important. I'm getting older, and I can survive if I have something to eat, Grandma Chi-san said with emotion, with a heavy heart. When He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan went to the livestock team, they found that it was indeed very dry outside. The snow on the mountain has melted away, and the mountain looks gloomy and hurried. This year's livestock team has increased the number of livestock. This was what Director Chen promised to Village Chief Chi last year, and it has now been put in place. He Tian started mowing the grass and cleaning again. In addition to the mission, we also shot several sika deer from the mountains last year. Village Chief Chi inquired about it and found out that deer antlers were valuable, and cutting and selling them was more cost-effective than selling the meat directly, so the livestock team added this option. This is also the preferential treatment given to Kijia village by the commune after Village Chief Chi compromised with the commune last year. People who live in the livestock team have their own jobs. Qianchikan, Sun Sihao, Zoli, Xiangrong, and He Tian, and Aunt Lu were responsible for the fodder and sometimes led the cattle out to graze. Old Man Chi, Professor Gu, Professor Wang, and Old Man Bai don't have to go up the mountain to cut grass and herd cattle. They only need to clean the livestock team. He Tian led a group of people to the mountain. Although it was green, it always felt like it was lifeless. It's so hot this year, Aunt Lu muttered, wiping her sweat, what a ghost. Yeah, logically speaking, it shouldn't be this hot, Zoli said, taking out a towel to wipe his sweat. Xiangrong looked at the grass and trees on the ground and said, I always feel that the grass and trees on the mountain are listless, as if they have been dried out of moisture. Aunt Lu said while working, don't tell me, I felt it too. I still remember the 2 years after I got married. This is how the 3-year disaster started. The trees and weeds were all withered, let alone a delicate crop. As soon as she finished speaking, Zoli exclaimed, it hasn't rained since the Chinese New Year. This is abnormal. Spring rain is as precious as oil, and not a drop of rain can fall. Now it's as hot as summer. It's so abnormal. When Aunt Lu heard this, she calculated it carefully, turned pale, and stammered, no. We won't cause another disaster, right? Maybe, Zolita said, if it continues to not rain, this year will be difficult. Aunt Lu stopped mowing the grass. Instead, she squatted on the ground, carefully looking for wild vegetables, and said, you guys, when you are mowing the grass, dig some wild vegetables. If there is a drought, you can still have some dried wild vegetables to eat. Seeing what Aunt Lu said, everyone started looking for wild vegetables after completing the task. These wild vegetables are always more delicious than grass. He Tian was worried. In her previous life, there was a severe drought this year. How could she forget such an important thing? In the previous life, there was a severe drought in 1971, and there was no harvest. After eating last year's grain, I could only eat wild vegetables and tree bark. He Tian was in a depressed mood. When it was time to go down the mountain, she also cut a lot of wild vegetables. Many people in Kijia village realized that a disaster might be imminent. During spring plowing, the adults let their children go to the mountains to dig as many wild vegetables as they wanted. They then boiled them with hot water when they got home, took them out and dried them in the sun. They could be stored for a long time. He Tian tossed and turned all night and couldn't sleep, so she went to Grandma Chi-san's secret base late at night while she was asleep. She hasn't been here for a long time, and she doesn't know what's going on here. The Snake King felt a familiar aura and came out of the barrier on He Tianation's left foot without He Tianation's greeting. In just the blink of an eye, the Snake King jumped into the pool. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 229. Chapter 229 The Forgotten Stone Statue, 1440+. 227. Because of the Snake King, the cave was as bright as day. He Tian looked around and saw that it was lusher here than outside and as vibrant as last year. The Snake King swam around in the water. After he felt comfortable, he stuck his head out and asked, "Why do you remember coming here? You're not afraid of it in the middle of the night?" He Tian sat on the stone by the pool, took off her shoes, soaked her feet in it, and said with a wry smile, "I remembered that there will be a severe drought this year. I have to prepare more while there is still food on the mountain." "Oh," Snake King agreed, "do you need my help?" "No need, in the years of famine, others will be hungry and sallow, but I will be suspected by others even if I have a ruddy complexion," he Tian said, "as long as there are enough wild vegetables and I come here occasionally to get some meat, it will be fine." "It's over." He Tian doesn't want to be special and become the object of others' attention. He Tian felt uncomfortable thinking that many people would starve. The feeling of starvation is particularly uncomfortable, like there are many ants eating your stomach. Seeing that He Tian was in a low mood, the Snake King said slowly, "Actually, it's not impossible." He Tian was stunned for a moment, then looked at the Snake King hopefully and said, "Is there a way? Won't it waste your mana? Won't it be discovered by heaven? If you don't know how to do both, He Tian can consider it. It won't be noticed by heaven, but it will cost me a little mana," Snake King said with a smile. "Have you forgotten the stone statue dug in Daowen River last year?" "Stone statue?" He Tian was stunned and remembered. "That stone statue of the river guardian beast. Now he is placed in a small square park and is ridden naked by those children." "Yes, you said last time that if you move that stone statue, Daowen County will not be peaceful in the future. There will be a severe drought soon, and there will be earthquakes and floods in the future," He Tian said anxiously. "I think that stone statue it's been sealed by us, so what should we do now? Should we put the statue back into the river?" The Snake King looked at the incoherent He Tian, speechless for a while, and said, "You can speak slowly, there is no need to be so anxious. I don't know what will happen to the stone statue. We have to unlock the seal first." "Can I not be in a hurry?" He Tian held her head in her hands and rubbed it. How could she forget such an important thing? If there are too many good days, people will become paralyzed and depraved. "What can you do if you are in a hurry?" Snake King said scornfully. "It's night now, and you can't go to the county seat. Besides, you went to the county seat, how did you get that stone statue back? Finally, what's up with that? The seal is sealed by my magic power. Without me, it's useless to worry." After hearing this, He Tian was as downcast as a deflated rubber ball. Yes, it was useless for her to be anxious. Everything depends on the Snake King. "Then let's go tomorrow and invite the stone statue back," He Tian said, hoping that it can be handled properly and that the stone statue can continue to maintain peace in Daowen County. "It's so far away. If no one goes to the county seat, can you walk there yourself?" Snake King said. "You can't blatantly do this. That stone statue is in the square, and there are so many people there, and you can't just get the stone statue to me. In the barrier, it can only be at night. What reasons do you use? You haven't thought about this. How can you take the next step? You want to help others and hope that the disaster will pass quickly, but you must also do what you can and act recklessly. Nothing can be done." He Tian was so reprimanded by the Snake King that she couldn't even lift her head. Seeing that He Tian was silent, the Snake King softened his tone and said, "You don't have to blame yourself. You didn't dig up that stone statue. Even if there is a famine, it's not your fault. Think about this matter carefully. A suitable solution will definitely be found." "Okay, I'm just too impatient," He Tian whispered. The food here was enough for her to starve to death. She waited until the Snake King swam to his fullest before taking the Snake King away. After He Tian went back, she didn't sleep well. When she woke up in the morning, she had big dark circles under her eyes. Grandma Chi-san saw that He Tian looked bad and asked, "Tian girl, what happened to you at night? Did you not sleep? He Tian made a bitter face and said, I woke up a few times during the night. It's okay. I'll go back to sleep again at noon. At night, drink less water to avoid swollen eye blisters. Oh, I know, He Tian nodded, I'll prepare breakfast. There was only a plate of wild vegetables for breakfast and a bowl of batter for each person, so I saved the food at home. Just after eating, Chi Xiaoyan came over to ask He Tian to go to the animal husbandry team. Sister Tian, Brother Dajin sent me a message yesterday. He will pick me up in 3 days to take the Hawaii City Art Troupe exam. It will take 5 days. Can you accompany me? Chi Xiaoyan said. Sheng said, my father is busy with spring plowing, my mother is also very busy, and the 2 dogs are getting married soon, so she has no time. Brother Dajin can ask for leave, but Chi Xiaoyan can't be alone with Niu Dajin. Moreover, it takes several days to go back and forth. Niu Dajin asked for such a long vacation, which affected his work. He Tianation's eyes lit up. Oh, she was worried about not having a chance to go to the county seat. This time Chi Xiaoyan came over, and it was true as the Snake King said, don't be impatient, things can always be solved. Okay, when? He Tian asked, very happy, I can ask Aunt Lu for leave in advance. Seeing that He Tian agreed so readily, Chi Xiaoyan was very grateful and said, thank you, Sister Tian. We will set off tomorrow morning. At night, we will stay at Sister Lily's place for 1 night, and we will leave for Hawaii City early the next morning, and then take the bus to Hawaii City. Is it just us? Our brother Dajin going? He Tian asked, looking at Chi Xiaoyan with a smile. Brother Dajin sent me there, settled down, and I asked him to come back. After all, he still has work, so it's not easy to take too much vacation, Chi Xiaoyan said shyly, besides, he can't help me with my exams. Okay, I'll go to Secretary Chi to issue the certificate in the afternoon, and we'll go together, He Tian said, relax, you are very talented, you will definitely pass the exam. I'll lend you some good words, Chi Xiaoyan said with a smile, she worked very hard. She was happy to pass the exam. It doesn't matter if she fails the exam, she just stays at home and waits to get married in a few years. With the connections in Niu Dajin's family, he could also find her a job in the county town. Chi Xiaoyan's mentality has also changed since her engagement. She is not as worried about gains and losses as she was when she was not in good health. In the afternoon, He Tian went to open a letter of introduction. With this thing, you can buy bus and train tickets, and you can also stay in a guest house. Without proof, it's hard to move forward. Professor Wang also told Chi Xiaoyan some things to pay attention to during the exam, and Chi Xiaoyan wrote them down one by one. Professor Wang has always noticed Chi Xiaoyan's efforts, and Chi Xiaoyan has talent. If the exam is fair, Chi Xiaoyan will definitely pass the exam. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Xing Cao. Chapter 230. 228. After being away from home for 5 days, I had to tell Grandma Chi-san. When He Tian talked to Chi-san's grandma in the evening, Chi-san's grandma took out the money and tickets and said, we are poor and have a rich life. You can take this money, just in case. I have money, no need, He Tian refused, not wanting Grandma Chi-san's money, which was all her savings. You kid, when you go out, Grandma will give you some money, and you just take it, Grandma Chi-san said, if it's convenient for you, buy some food and come back. Buy it early, so that you don't have money and food stamps to buy it. Food is of no use at all. When He Tian saw Grandma Chi-san saying this, she took the money and food stamps. She didn't have time to buy it, but she could ask Niu Lily to help. Since last time, Niu Lily regarded He Tian as her good friend and benefactor. Furthermore, Niu Lily works in a restaurant and can talk to people in the supply and marketing cooperative, so she can buy food easily. If it were just Grandma Chi-san's money and food stamps, He Tian could queue up to buy them herself. But there were many parents in He Tianation's boundary space. The tickets and money given by Huo Yingjia, plus the ones in her hand, the amount of money is relatively large, and it would be more difficult to exchange all of it for food. Okay, I'll take it and buy more food, He Tian said, not wanting to make Grandma Chi-san sad. Be careful on the road and pay attention to safety, Grandma Chi-san said. When you are away from home, just go out during the day if you have something to do. Don't go out at night, it is not safe. As long as you stay in the guest house, you will generally be fine. I understand, Grandma, He Tian agreed. After packing a few clothes, I took out the food stamps and money from the barrier, and gave some to Niu Lily when I arrived at the county town tomorrow and asked her to help buy food. For the other part, He Tian took it to Hawaii City, bought food there, and placed it in the barrier space just in case. Sweet girl, it's getting late, go to bed quickly. Chi-san's grandma woke up at night and saw a bright light in He Tianation's house, so she urged her softly. Hey, I'm going to bed soon. He Tian was worried about Grandma Chi-san, so she came out to support her and sent Grandma Chi-san to the room before she went out. He Tian was also sleepy, but when she was going to sleep, she was still thinking about the stone statue of the river guardian beast in the square. When we get to the county town, we will look for opportunities no matter what to get the stone statue of the river guardian beast back. I hope the Snake King's barrier space can be carried. Early the next morning, Grandma Chi-san was cooking. After He Tian had eaten, she got on the ox cart driven by the village chief Chi himself. Although Secretary Chi was very busy and could not accompany his daughter, he still insisted on sending his daughter to the county seat in person. When they arrived at the county town, they sent He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan to Daowen Hotel and treated them to a meal. Daijin, I leave Xiaoyan and Tianya to you. You have to make arrangements for me so that nothing happens. Secretary Chi told Niu Daijin that if he hadn't caught up with the spring plowing, he would have sent his daughter there himself. Yes, Uncle Chi, Niu Daijin quickly assured. I have a friend, whom my second brother also knows, who is at the Hawaii City Police Station. Don't worry, I guarantee that the mission will be completed successfully. That's good, Secretary Chi said. By the way, what will you do with your work? Hee, Niu Daijin chuckled. I have been transferred to another position, and I no longer need to deliver letters every day. The transfer order has not been officially issued yet, and our leader asked me to take a few days off. The uncle at home told him that he couldn't send a lifetime letter. He was transferred to a clerical position so that he could easily change his job in the future. Niu Daijin thought that Chi Xiaoyan would be admitted to the art troupe in the future. He was still a messenger and felt that he was not worthy of Chi Xiaoyan, so he obeyed the arrangement of his uncle at home. Then I'm relieved. I was originally worried that it would delay your work, village chief Chi said with a smile. This son-in-law is good and has a bright future, but his daughter is not bad either. If she can be admitted to the art troupe this time, she will also be a staff member. A family of two is rare in Daowen County. Secretary Chi is back home with confidence. He Tian agreed to come back to the county town to pick up his daughter in 5 days. It is now past 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there are no buses to Hawaii City. We have to wait until tomorrow morning. He Tian and Chi Xiaoyan stayed in Niu Lily's dormitory, saving money on staying in a guest house, and it was very safe. Chi Xiaoyan wanted to go out to talk to Niu Daijin, and He Tian said sternly, okay, you better not go out. In case Xiaoyan catches a cold when she goes out and has a bad throat, which will affect the subsequent exams, I'd better go out. Although it's not raining outside, it's a bit overcast. Sister Tian, don't go out. What if you get caught in the rain? Chi Xiaoyan looked red and embarrassed. It's okay, I will take an umbrella out. I just want to go out for a walk. After He Tian finished speaking, he walked out. Before leaving, he winked at Chi Xiaoyan ambiguously. Chi Xiaoyan was embarrassed again. But in order to talk to my sweetheart, I have no choice but to wrong my good sisters. At worst, if Sister Tianation's sweetheart comes, she will take the initiative to avoid it and not disturb Sister Tian. He Tian came out not only to make room for Chi Xiaoyan and Niu Daijin, but also to visit the square. Go visit the stone statue of the river guardian beast that she forgot. Daowen Hotel is not far from the square, and He Tian arrived there in just 10 minutes walk. There are mostly children in the square. They don't go to school and can't work. The adults are busy working and have no time to take care of these children. This square has a large space and is a good place for children to play games. He Tian raised her eyes and immediately saw the black, polished stone statue of the river guardian beast. So poor. The voice of the Snake King came out from the barrier, saying, "Is this a case of a tiger falling flat and being bullied by a dog?" I guess." He Tian hesitated for a moment and walked towards the stone statue. With so many people, it's difficult to move. The Snake King was embarrassed. You can't bring that stone statue in front of so many people. He Tian smiled and said, "Of course you can't do it if someone is here. Do you think I'm stupid?" "You're not stupid, but you're not smart either," the Snake King muttered. "Go and see if the seal is loose. Logically speaking, even if it invites disaster, it won't be this serious." The Snake King was worried that the seal was loosened, and the stone statue of the river protecting beast began to take revenge on humans. In fact, this stone statue is also very innocent. People are living well at the bottom of the river. Even if they don't have the respect and worship of the people, they can cultivate themselves. Even if they want to embarrass humans, they will not kill them all. But now that the statue has become conscious, it not only resents humans, but also hates it. This is going to be difficult. If its mana is fully restored, you don't need to worry about it. The Snake King can easily subdue this ancient stone statue. But now, alas, it's hard to put it into words. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 231. 229. When they walked to the stone statue of the mythical beast that protects the river, the children saw He Tian coming as an adult. They just glanced at He Tian and felt that He Tian was not a bad person, and then started playing on the edge again. They lined up and played vault one after another. This game is very simple. Use the stone statue in front of you to run to the edge, put your hands on the back of the stone statue, spread your legs, and jump over. This game is very simple. The object to be stepped over can be a bent person or a professional vaulting horse like those in the sports room. He Tian sat on a stone bench to the side and watched the children playing games. "Hey, how pitiful," the Snake King sighed. "The more pitiful and wronged you are now, the harder it will be to subdue him in the future." He Tian was silent for a while, and then she came out of the emotional atmosphere and said, "Snake King, stop talking about this, first see if the seal is loose. This stone statue of the river protecting mythical beast has now become black and shiny, and it can be seen that it has been written many times. Not everyone can swallow such an insult. My magic power is not strong. You have to put your left hand on its head so that I can see it," the Snake King said speechlessly. His magic power is not high and it is restricted everywhere. He Tian could only wait and wait for the children to come home so that she could put her hand on the stone statue alone. He Tian was bored and wandering around. When she came back around 6 o'clock, she saw that there were fewer children in the square, only 3 or 2, and they were a little far away from the stone statues. He Tian walked up to the stone statue, put her left hand on the Snake King's head, and said, "Snake King, it's your turn." The Snake King released his spiritual consciousness to test, but as soon as he touched the stone statue, it was bounced back. Hitianation's hand also loosened and she took 2 steps back. I saw the eyes of the stone statue of the river guardian beast blinking, looking at Hitian in confusion, like a simple and honest little calf. Hitian, the Snake King understands that the seal is loose. It was completely dark at this time, and the 2 children not far away were also taken away by the adults at home after get off work. Hitian was stunned, pointed at the honest stone statue, and stammered, "Snake King, is that little turtle alive?" The Snake King poked his head out of the barrier and looked curiously at the stone statue that Hitian said was a little turtle. Before the Snake King could answer, the little stone statue asked cutely, Are you my master?" Hitian was stunned for a moment and was about to shake her head. The Snake King had already answered for Hitian, saying, Yes, we are your masters." The black turtle blinked and looked at the Snake King, made a very human expression, curled his lips and said, "You are the master's pet just like me." "Pet? The owner's pet? Pet your uncle. I am the majestic Snake King. Hitian is my king's little follower." The Snake King jumped out of the barrier, scratched his neck and cursed, "Shut up, she is my little follower, and you will be my little follower from now on." Hitian did not dare to provoke the Snake King, so she nodded repeatedly and said, "Yes, I am the Snake King's little follower." The black little turtle's eyes were confused again, and he said, "How could this be?" It uses its only remaining memory to think about the past. As if he had thought of something terrible, his cute expression suddenly turned ferocious, and he screamed at the top of his lungs, "Human, I want to take revenge on humanity, ha ha ha." As a human being, Hitian took a few steps back and asked cautiously, "Snake King, what should we do? You were so cute just now, and now you're so crazy. How can you change just like that?" The Snake King also looked at the turtle not far away strangely. After a while, he whispered, "Don't worry, I will take a look again." "Is it crazy?" Hitian was surprised and uncertain. "It takes revenge on humans. Doesn't its revenge come too fast?" "Shut up," the Snake King cursed at the crazy stone statue, "you can't move now, how can you take revenge on humans?" The black turtle's frantic voice stopped, blinked again, made a sad expression, and said, "Yeah, I can't move, how can I take revenge on humans?" Hitian felt slightly relieved after hearing this. Before Hitian could say anything, the black turtle over there returned to madness. "Ah ha ha ha, the spell on my body was automatically activated when they dug me out. I don't need to take action. This place human beings also don't want to be peaceful, la 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 la." Hitian is speechless, sometimes cute, sometimes crazy, a typical split personality. "But if you take revenge on mankind, will you be happy?" Hitian took courage and said, "Your master created you to benefit the people, but you violated the master's original intention. This is not a betrayal." Common people infuse. Black turtle blinked his big eyes again, tears welling up in his eyes, looking pitiful. "Yes, that's what the master said at the beginning." The image of its master appeared in its mind. "Yes, your master's original intention in creating you was good." Hitian didn't say anything, and the black turtle went crazy again. "I've always done this, but human beings have no conscience. I don't care if they don't give me food or drink, but why did they dig me out? I'm fine at the bottom of the river." The stone turtle statue went crazy again, looking fierce and angry. The embarrassment on Hitianation's face was indeed due to the unethical behavior of human beings. People are doing well at the bottom of the river regardless of remuneration, but they forcefully bring people over, thousands of people ride on top of thousands of people. It is indeed very undignified. "Then what do you want to do?" Snake King said coldly. "Let me tell you directly, you only have 2 ways. The first one is that I will crush you into pieces and turn you into mud, and disappear forever between heaven and earth. Under the pressure of the Snake King, the turtle statue turned into an obedient little thing again, shaking his head and saying, I don't want to disappear. What's the second way? This guy isn't stupid either. Haha, a wise man knows the current affairs. Listen to me, the Snake King said proudly, you can follow us. You have been alone for so many years. With our two friends, you will not be lonely in the future. But here. But you must take back the previous curse. The stone turtle statue has been at the bottom of the river for tens of thousands of years, surrounded only by fish and shrimps without spiritual consciousness. It has always been lonely. But it can't move. It's just a ray of spiritual consciousness. After millions of years of practice, it can speak. You didn't lie to me, the turtle said quietly, but its eyes were shining with joy. It wanted to leave here so much. It is the incarnation of the spin turtle, and it still likes to stay in the water. The Snake King was not angry, he raised his head and said, I am the Snake King of the demon world. You should feel honored to get my help. However, this mythical beast stone statue was not a vegetarian. He asked with an innocent expression, then how did you come to the human world without spiritual energy? My master is also gone. You didn't take me with you. The Sweetness of the 70s. Author, Chi Sing Cao. Chapter 232. Chapter 232 Conquering the Little Spinner Turtle, 1460+. 230. When the turtle statue was crowding against the Snake King, it thought of its own sadness and cried like a child. The Snake King couldn't vomit out a mouthful of blood. This is not something you should know. If you want to continue practicing and have a partner, you can come with us, otherwise. The Snake King stared at the green bean-sized eyes and threatened the turtle statue. Rather than being ridden and ground to pieces all day long, maybe it would be better to follow this guy who calls himself the Snake King and this cute little girl. Okay, I'll go with you, the turtle statue said, but I have a request. Request? Are you very brave? The Snake King narrowed his mung-bean eyes. Anyone who dares to ask me for anything will be bitten to death by me. Even if I can't bite you to death, I still have many ways to deal with you. The stone turtle statue shrank its head and said, actually, it's not really a requirement at all. What is that? Come on, my patience is limited, the Snake King said proudly. He Tian was listening. Sometimes the stinky Snake King is still very reliable. Can you completely remove the seal on your body? The turtle statue said, I can't use magic now, I'm like a waste. He Tian was worried that the stone statue was deceptive. After all, the crazy look just now was quite scary. But will you go back on your word? He Tian asked worriedly, we really want to be friends with you. Of course not, the turtle statue was furious, don't you believe your friend? He Tian quickly took 2 steps back. She was now sure that this was a turtle with a split personality. The Snake King rushed forward, stuck the tip of his tail on the back of the stone turtle statue, and cursed, have you always been so cruel to your friends? He Tian breathed a sigh of relief. At the critical moment, the Snake King was still reliable. The Snake King stood on its back, and the stone turtle statue became frightened, and turned into the honest turtle again, saying, I don't know what's going on, I just can't control myself. But I can guarantee that I have no ill intentions. The stone turtle statue felt a huge pressure when the Snake King got on its back. It knew that the Snake King was more powerful than it. Knowing the current affairs makes you a hero. Then can you take back your previous curse? He Tian asked. I know some people have done bad things, but most people have not offended you. But there will be a severe drought this year, and many people will die. I can't take back what I had before. The turtle statue's eyes rolled around and he said, that's not what I let out. Those people moved me out and triggered the spell. Even if I want to take it back, I can't. Came back. Then what should we do? Is there no way at all? He Tian was anxious, and knew that this stone statue could not be blamed for this matter, it was also a victim. I can't take back the past. At worst, I won't issue a curse in the future. Is that okay? The turtle statue said nonchalantly. Anyway, those people brought it upon themselves. Don't force anything, just let nature take its course. He Tian was speechless. Hey, forget it, let's think of a way. Snake King, please unlock the remaining seals for it, He Tian said. Will you follow us from now on, or go back to the river where you came from? The rotating turtle stone statue said with a hint of sadness, I won't go back. You send me back this year, and when they plow the river next year, they fish me out. Then I won't be thrown in the square and be ridden by children. The road was paved by smashing it into powder. He Tian heard what it said and asked curiously, aren't you quite powerful? The two people who poached you were all black and poisoned. Are you still afraid of humans? That's just the mana left by my master, and heaven is very partial to you humans. Not only does it give you smart brains, but it also doesn't let you humans be bullied by monsters that exceed the power of nature. So I can change the environment to retaliate against humans, but I can't kill or hurt humans personally, the turtle statue said, and it felt very bitter. It offends everyone. Oh, that's it, He Tian nodded and signaled the Snake King to release the seal on the stone statue. The Snake King pondered for a while and used a secret technique unique to the demon world to lift the seal of the stone turtle statue. After the turtle statue was unsealed, it stretched greatly. It was very tiring to keep in the same position. It's so comfortable, the turtle statue's limbs could actually move, and it hummed in comfort. What's your name? He Tian asked. We will be friends from now on, and you want to follow us, so you can't go without a name, right? Just call me Dixuan, Suangi wanted to say. I'll call you Tian from now on. Okay, Dixuan. He Tian smiled and suddenly thought of a question. You are so old, why are you walking with us? The Snake King saw that the two of them were having a great conversation, but it couldn't talk anymore, and felt unhappy. When it heard He Tian's words, it said, it can be in the barrier, I'll cover it. The turtle's eyes rolled, and he leaned towards He Tian and said, actually, I can actually become bigger or smaller. After saying that, the rotating turtle stone statue the size of a millstone turned into the size of a wash basin, then turned into the size of a bowl, and finally turned into two small turtles as big as thumbs, just like the pet turtle that He Tian bought at the gate of the community in his previous life. Same. You are so awesome, He Tian exclaimed, picking up the stone statue of the spinning turtle from the ground. Now I can't call you Dixuan, I should call you Xiaoxian. When you go out, you stay like this. When we get home, I will find a good place for you in the back mountain, and you can return to your original state, okay? Okay, 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 Xiaoxian was very cute. Ha ha ha, the Snake King was unhappy and stretched out his neck, showing how angry he was. Only then did He Tian realize that she had neglected the Snake King. Then she thought about the Snake King's pettiness, and her heart skipped a beat. She quickly said to please him, from now on, we will all be the Snake King's followers. We should just listen to the Snake King's orders. The little spin turtle shook its little head and quickly said to please, Snake King, I would like to obey your orders. Although this little silver snake is not big, it can feel the same powerful pressure as its owner from the little silver snake. The strong are respected. It is not as powerful as the Snake King, so surrender. When the Snake King heard what the little spin turtle said, he looked at He Tian's respectful look and said, okay, come in. The Snake King entered the barrier and took the little spinner turtle with him. He Tian looked around. There was no one else, and it was dark now. No one knew that he had stolen this black stone statue. Just when Tian Tian was proud, she heard Chi Xiao Yan's voice. Sister Tian Tian, Sister Tian Tian, Chi Xiao Yan blamed herself anxiously, where has Sister Tian Tian gone? Don't let anything happen to her. Niu Dajin comforted him and said, Tian Tian is smart and everything will be fine. I hope so, Chi Xiao Yan said, let's go and look for her again. If it were normal, Sister Tian Tian would have been back long ago when she was eating. If nothing was wrong, she would never waste time eating. I recommend my old novels The Wine Lady and A Married Woman, and the finished articles. If you like them, you can check them out.